Dun, 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 dun. We are live. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm going to go live on Instagram because I'm not dealing with that tonight. I'm going to go live on my phone, and then I'm live here on my webcam, YouTube, Facebook, all the places. Let's make sure it is streaming. I think there's a little bit of lag time on Facebook, and I'm not sure about YouTube because I'm on my phone. I can't really check right now, but let's just hope, because it still shows like 3 minutes. Is it really that much lag time? Hold on. I guess so, y'all. What? Oh, yeah. Okay. We're good. So welcome, welcome, welcome. It is May 7th in Japan. Okinawa, Japan, where I'm streaming from. And I can't believe that this is it. We started this launch. I opened the doors to Content Alchemy last Wednesday, and here we are. The doors are closing tonight at midnight. And so I know that the plan was to go live every day, but this was the first time I've ever done something like this, and it just ended up being too much. At one point, my entire family was sick, and it just didn't work. I had like 3 of the days, my energy cycle was like down, and I couldn't figure out why I wasn't my usual self. And I was like, oh, okay, I see why I was in the wrong part of my energy cycle. And so anyways, I'm here to answer any questions. I'm going to be here for like 30 minutes. There's plenty of space still open. The cohort was open for 30 slots, and we have 10 people in so far. But I know that there's people out there that could still be on the fence, and that's why I wanted to hop on, because I wanted to give you the opportunity to essentially either ask live, or I'm going to go over some Q&As that I've had people who are already in have that they DM'd me privately, and then I kind of gave them my answer to what they were kind of stuck on, or they weren't sure about, as to whether or not this was the right fit for them. And then once that answer was given to them, they made the decision. And so I want to make sure that you can make the decision for yourself, because obviously I want this to be a good experience for you. I want it to make sense. And I've been there. I know for some people, money's tight, or you're just starting and you're not really sure, about any of this stuff. And so I want to make sure that I answer certain questions. So while I'm waiting, because I can see, I'm pretty sure I should be able to see Facebook and YouTube comments there. And then I'm going to be watching the live on Instagram on my phone. But to just get us started, I think the main question that I've been getting the most of is that I'm not techie enough. And people are worried whether or not they're going to be able to keep up. And so the answer to that question is that yes, you can join if you have no tech experience. Like if you're a complete beginner, you don't even have ChatGPT, you haven't played with AI, none of that. We are going to do all of those things, but it doesn't mean that you have to come in with any kind of base knowledge. We are going to be doing this over 4 weeks. It's a hybrid style, so there's going to be stuff that will be dripped out. I'm doing it week by week because I don't want people to skip over and get overwhelmed, because I know that that's going to be the tendency. There's a guidebook, a workbook, and for the sections that are going to be the hardest, like when I thought about it, putting myself in your shoes before I started diving into the tech side of things and the AI side of stuff, I decided that those are the places where we're going to be doing the live calls, where we actually will be working it step by step in more of a co-creating Zoom call. So I will walk you through it. You'll have a little worksheet of all the things that you need to be like step by step. And I'm like, okay, so open the Google Doc. We're going to be doing this. Open your ChatGPT, and here we go. So the first one is next Tuesday for me in Japan. So for those of you who are in the States, it's going to be on Monday. And depending on where you are, it will depend on how late in the afternoon it will be. But yeah, I created this specifically for you guys who are not tech savvy. Like, that is the whole point of Content Alchemy, was because I wanted to speed the process up of what I've already gone through and learned the hard way, and optimize, because I was literally spending like 8 to 10 hours a week marketing on social, trying to figure out like all the algorithms and all this crazy stuff, and creating new posts every single day and feeling that pressure. For those of you who don't know, I, had my son, like, he's in daycare really only so that I can teach in-person service-based classes. I don't really have time outside of that. And then I'm spending a lot of time driving back and forth to classes, to daycare. So I don't have a lot of time. I'm on limited time. So most of the time that I had to really run my businesses, I was spending on social media, and it wasn't getting me anywhere. So that's where this came in, because now I'm spending limited amount of time and more time obviously creating, because I created this entire course. And I've been marketing and doing all this stuff while taking care of my family, while recovering from getting sick, while still teaching for 2 different other types of services. And so that's why I created it. So whether you are completely new to AI, you barely have a website, to I have a website, I've been playing with ChatGPT, I'm still going to blow your mind. Like, if this is going to be new to you, I'm going to blow your mind in a good way. But if you're already seasoned, I'm still going to blow your mind. So I am an AI and automation strategist. I am working on my second AI certification. I've invested my time and money into other marketing certifications. Like, I went through an entire Google certification. Like, it was like a 7-part series, and I only stopped at like the last 2. And that was because, well, life happened. And so I have spent a lot of money learning all these things. Hours, thousands and thousands of hours of getting up at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning to learn all these tech things, all these marketing things, spending my money to go through these master classes and master programs, and then creating something that worked for me, worked with my energy. There's not very many people out there that are talking to us in our language, like slowing it down, breaking it down in a more empathic, like very, soul-led kind of way. And that's where I was like, oh, I could totally reteach this stuff in my way, because I'm like, some of this doesn't work for us. Like, I get what people, like, what the market and what the bro marketers and all these other people, they're like, this is what you got to do. And I'm like, like, first, I don't like people telling me what to do. And second, it doesn't work for us. We are a different, type of people. Heart-led entrepreneurs don't work like the rest of society in terms of like business owners. And so we also deal with a very different type of clientele. We ourselves are different, and that's why we are in this space. My birth workers, my energy workers, my yoga instructors, even my fitness instructors and my water sports instructors. And so we're underserved, and we are just drowning in our own chaos, and there's a better way. And I've talked a lot about burnout, and that was the other real driving factor for creating Content Alchemy, is because I've already burnt out. I've lived through it. It's not pretty. It sucks. It's awful, awful, awful. And if I can save even one person from burning out, that would be like mission completed. I've done what I was supposed to do. So it's beginners, no tech prerequisites or like experience required for Content Alchemy. Like, it literally was made for you. we're going to be doing everything step by step. You're going to get copies. You're going to get the replays in the portal. Some of the stuff's already going to be pre-recorded, and all of it's supposed to be to support you throughout the process. For each individual week, we have a mission, and then you have the community that I've built for you for accountability, for asking me questions. And then we meet every week, sometime for Q&A, like, hey, this is really great, or I didn't understand that, or I'm stuck on this. And then we go through our process of what like the main goal of the Zoom is. And then I'll have time at the end for any like other like non-related stuff to that specific task. You'll go through the week. I'll be checking in on you through the group, sending you emails, making sure everybody's staying on schedule. And then we do that every week for 4 weeks. That last 5th week is a bonus week to make sure that you don't feel so pressured. So if something happens, life happens, you're getting overwhelmed because this is completely new to you, which I'm making it so that it's hopefully not going to be that much. But I can't account for everybody. So if it happens, you take time out. And guess what? You have 1 extra week to catch up. We'll meet and you ask me about anything. You can be like, pfft. So I try to keep up, or I'm stuck here and this is where I'm at and this is what I need help with. And I'm like, okay, let's work it out together. Okay. Everybody's going to learn from each other. Everybody is literally, we have somebody from like 1 on the spectrum scale of tech to non-techie. She's a 1, and I have people like in this that say they're 7, 8. We'll see about that when we really get into the tech side of things. But it's going to be amazing and it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be transformative. I'm adding even more bonuses that the people that are in there don't even know about, because I am a yoga instructor. I am a women's wellness coach. I have a certification to teach women's circles, and I'm getting certified in NLP and TFP. What is it? TFT? Tapping. I'm certified in chair yoga. I'm certified in all kinds of stuff that y'all don't even know. And I'm bringing all that goodness inside this container. And that's the difference between all the other things that are out there and this one, is that I'm bringing my inner magic and my techie, my love for AI and my tech, because I've just naturally always kind of had a knack for it. And I'm making a baby with it. So all my birth workers, you might like that. What if I can't make it live every week? Making sure that nobody has questions. Everybody, I don't think anybody's watching live on IG. I'm pretty sure I should be able to see the comments on YouTube. Yes. Add a comment, YouTube. Okay, cool. We're good. We're good. Fair question about the live thing. For the most part, we're going to have a feel of that on Friday. Friday is a kickoff call here. If you're in the States, it's going to be Thursday evening. You're going to have access to this indefinitely until something happens to me, basically. So you have time after this 4 week. It's not like it's like 4 weeks and then bye. You never like course is over. You lose access to everything. It's not going to be like that. You're going to have access to it. This is going to be something that I'm building, and being part of this, I'm literally going to be asking you, what do you need? How can I make this better? And I'm going to be changing things, adding things to make sure that you get what you need. So this is like the best time, because you're going to help co-create this beautiful thing into a more beautifuler thing with me. Because if I'm not giving you what you need to succeed, I'm going to be needing that feedback real time so that I can make magic happen. Because this is something that I've already been implementing into my businesses. I have 3 total. I have a stand-up paddleboard, body positivity, and confidence mindset business. That's my first business that I started with. I have my Baby Bump and Beyond with Anna Connie. That is my pre and postnatal business. And now I have Empower Her, which is my AI and automation. I created a Empower Her Wave because I was already learning how to do all this stuff for myself, and notice how many people were asking me the same questions over and over because they were seeing how I was implementing all the stuff that I had already learned, and that it was not coming to them as easy as it was to me. So I broke it down, teaching them different ways to do that. Then I really got into AI. I really started to see the potential for it, and then started to notice that all the other people within my industry were not tagging along or as enthusiastic, and quite the opposite. And now that we are in full-blown AI mode, AI is not going anywhere, and we are moving at bullet speed, I'm afraid that they're going to get left behind. And these are the people that are still super, super important in the communities, in the world. They are helping and saving people's lives, And so I don't want to see them burnt out. I see too many of them already getting burnt out because the work that they're doing is really hard. As an empath myself, I completely understand. I was a surgical oncology nurse for like 15 years. I was in emergency medicine prior to that. If you don't know my story, I'm a nurse turned entrepreneur. I gave up my scrubs and became an entrepreneur when we moved overseas right before the pandemic. And the struggle is real in the very beginning. It's a hard learning curve for some of us who did not become who we were. Yoga instructors, birth workers, doulas, midwives, energy healers, all of those things, to become marketers. That's not what it was, but we can't necessarily always afford to have hired help, social media marketers. And even if you do that, even if you have the money, there's so many stories that I hear about people who hire social marketing managers, and it's awful. It doesn't sound like them. Their numbers go down instead of up, and they're not making any money because it doesn't sound like them. It's not resonating. They don't know their service, their business, their people like they do. And so I'm in here to help you figure out an easy system to implement, rinse and repeat every month. And it's going to be beautiful because you're going to be able to sound like you. You're going to be excited about what you get to post. And you're not going to have to spend hours and hours and hours trying to put it out there. Still no questions. So I'm going to keep going because I said I was going to be here for at least 30 minutes. I got 10 more and I'm just giving you guys time. I should probably make sure that y'all can hear me, but I'm pretty sure you can. And I know they can, so we're good. I see my Yeti mic saying that I'm actually too loud. I've taken other courses and didn't finish them. How is this different? I already told you. Been there, done that. I burnt out. And I survived. And I found a better way. I created this course for a version of myself this is what I wish I would have had. That question that you get asked, if you could start all over, what advice would you give your younger self or whatever? I'd give them this course. That's the short answer. I'm gonna have a piece of chocolate, y'all. I'm gonna have a piece of chocolate. I'm giving you guys some time. That's the short and the sweet end of that answer. And I told you, I'm bringing all of the magic. My yoga, my meditative, my pep talk. I'm a fantastic cheerleader. As anybody who knows me in real life. When I realized that I was super empathic, and I started to learn about what it was to be empathic and how I was awful at protecting my own energy, and why it was I don't know why, but every time I talk to this person, I feel exhausted. I'm drained. And it's just having a conversation. And then when I started to talk to master empathics who been doing this for years and are coaches to empaths, and they're that would be called an energy vampire. I'm like, what? I'm like, you need to learn how to protect yours. Because you're empathic, you feed, they feed, you're like the lantern. And they're the little mosquito bugs. They're attracted to that light. And they come and they zap it out of you. And then they go on their merry way. And you don't usually see them until they need that light again. When I started to see that pattern, I was like, okay. I got the idea. I'm going to start working on that because I can't keep cycling through this. It was like, for real, exhausting. And it's because I'm a fantastic cheerleader. Like, if you need a pep talk, if you got an idea and you need like somebody to like get you hyped up, make it happen, be there. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? You're awesome. You're amazing. I love you. You know, and hype you. I'm your gal. And it's that is the Fat Mermaid side, my Fat Mermaid persona right there. And because that's what it was like. It's that military background that comes out. And yelling at you, hard love. You know, we got to work on your pep talk. Like they're, you know, in Fat Mermaids, which is my first brand. I came from having super low self-esteem, super awful body, like self-image. And I really built the business because when I found stand-up paddleboarding, it made this huge impact on my life and really changed so much. And I started to see certain life lessons that I had already like learned through living and how it related into paddleboarding and this freedom that it gave me and this power that I stepped into. And you see it when you see like my content and my reels and everything and how I approach it. And when I'm on the water, I have a different hat on. I have that emergency medicine. I know that I need to be on because now I'm responsible for people's lives on the water. It's a risk management thing. And so it's a different persona. Like you don't see it on a day-to-day, but it is there. And so I'm like, you know, I'm very like yell in your face. I get loud. And then you meet me and I'm teaching like baby and me yoga. And I'm like, you're beautiful. Like mother, you know, I'm trying to reincarnate mother in garden, like mother nature. And it's very like the other side, very monotone, very relaxed. You got this. It's a safe space. Inhale the peace. And exhale the chaos. Like so different. And I know when to blend them in. And I know when to bring that yin and the yang. I've done the hard work. I've done the shadow work. And I'm bringing everything that has created who I am now. Because I used to not always be like this. I've been through a lot. I've worked through a lot. I've done a lot of self-improvement. You can ask my husband. He's seen the transformation that I've gone through. And I bring that to everything. I'm super, super passionate about empowering women. You know, I was raised by queens. And I always had mad respect for women, general and period. Like, you know, just especially when I became a nurse and especially when I started to deal with like breast cancer patients. And I didn't really truly see how amazing they were until I became a parent myself. And then I'm like, my mom was for reals a superhero. How did she do this with 3 kids? Like, oh my gosh. Yes. How did y'all do this like 40, 60, 100 years, you know, 1,000 years ago? Like, mind blown. The power, the dedication, the love, the grit, all of it that women have. And I'm like, this is why I do what I do. I love it. And there's so many out there that are just like, that have lost their flame, lost their selves because they didn't have the right support. They didn't have, you know, they just got lost. And I want to be here. I want to be here to help them find their way, to help them find their voice, to help them realize how freaking amazing they are. And if you love this energy, if you're already like, I'm pumping you up, or, I'm tugging on some heartstrings. Know that this is the same energy that's coming into Content Alchemy. That's what makes it different. You want to know what makes this different than any other course? Me. That's the short answer. What if I don't have any offer yet? Oh, that is an excellent question. So I have people who have literally no offer, and they're in my monthly membership. What are we working on? An offer. And what is that offer? Their email list. Most valuable thing that people are not building, their email list. We're not worried about likes. We're not worried about followers just yet. Do we want to get that one day? Yes. But we're more importantly working on a small following, small engagement of the right people. So we're working on getting them on their email. And in the background, while they're working on that, they're working on other stuff. Emails completely 100%. If that's where you're starting, you are good to go. That is an offer, by the way. That is an offer, getting people on your email list. And it's not that easy anymore. People don't just want to give people their emails as easy as they used to. But that doesn't mean that you can't do it. Maybe you just have a lead magnet. You don't have anything like where they can actually pay you money yet. Okay. So wherever you are in your journey, whether you have an offer, maybe you have an offer that you've been selling and you haven't been able to sell it. Nobody wants it. And you are stuck on that one offer. We're going to try and give it one more go. Maybe inspire you to let it go. Give it its resting space and birth something completely different. This launch itself, let me be completely transparent. I started this with full intentions of launching something completely different. And I'm still going to do it. It's trademarked, so aligned and automated was the goal. But when I started to go through the process, it ended up being way bigger than I had the energy and space for. But more importantly, when I really started to think about the journey that you're in and where you're possibly at within all of this, it didn't make sense. And I felt like everything was super hard. Nothing was coming together easily. It was taking me hours when it feels like normally it would only take me minutes or, 1 hour. It was taking me like 8 hours. And I'm like, this is just not working out. And literally one night I was eating dinner and I just broke out into tears. I was literally eating my tears. And that's when I knew I couldn't keep going with the same plan. Aligned and automated would have to take a back seat. I needed to give it a resting place. And I was like, this was an idea. I was like, I'm going to go with that. Because it's what I know I can talk about all the time. It's what I'm doing every day. I know it works. I'm implementing it across all my brands. Let's go with this. And it was the best decision ever. And so you might have that aha moment and that transformation going through this process with me. Is it going to be a good fit if I'm still building my business? Yes. Actually, that's like the perfect time to do this, because then you start from the beginning. Sometimes it's hard when you've been doing stuff a certain way, regardless of the fact that you might not be getting results or the results that you're looking for. It's hard to change things up. I get it. That old saying, old dogs can't learn new tricks. Well, this old dog does. And I was just talking to one of our members in my monthly membership on how the other member was like, we were talking about something and we got off, and whatever we were talking about, I was like, I'm going to put that in the membership. She's like, oh, that would be awesome. I got off like I texted her maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes later. I was like, done. And she's like, how do you do this? I was like, I don't know. Like, it's just easy for me. And she's like, have you had your IQ checked? I was just like, yeah. And she's like, because I really think you have a really high IQ. And I was just like, I taken the IQ test. And according to the IQ test, like, I should be a farmer. Like, no offense to farmers, but like, they pretty much said like, there's like, don't have high expectations about where you're going in life because your IQ level is pretty low. And she's like, yeah, but you didn't actually start to learn how to actually read until you were almost 30. So you've learned so much since your 30s. I'm 44 now. And I was like, well, that is true. I was like, maybe I should retake my IQ. But I was like, I guess that's the difference between me and everybody else. I didn't really start to like learn until I was almost in my 30s. I read my first book ever in my life when I was 30. I didn't have to read no books in high school. No Moby Dick, none of Color Purple. I've never read those books at all. That's just, I didn't go to a very great public high school. It doesn't even exist anymore. They like shut it down because that's how bad it was. It was in like an awful neighborhood. They redid the entire neighborhood, of course, and then they rebuilt the high school. So it's still there. It's just not the same one that I went to. And, I mean, most of the people that I graduated with had a D average, basic stuff. All of these programs, no kid left behind, la la la, that stuff did not exist when I was going to high school. And you were just pushed through. I've read we learned about the same stuff every year. I was like, no, they're like, you didn't read that? And no, I didn't even get to go home with books. Like, we didn't get to finish it in class. They didn't have enough supplies to send us home, so we never got homework. And so I was like, I read my first book when I was 30. And I have this appetite for learning, and I am just mind blown about the stuff that you can learn in books. And then AI is just making it whoosh. And it's that enthusiasm that I think a lot of people, like, if y'all been learning really well, and now you're in your 40s and 50s, some people like, I'm tired of learning. Not Anna Connie. I'm excited about learning. I wake up intentionally at 3-4 o'clock in the morning for my AI strategy calls with my master AI guru, Molly Mahoney, because I'm excited. Like, I'm constantly learning. My husband calls me a nerd. And I think if you don't have that kind of motivation, this is the best time to learn how to do all of the stuff that we're learning in Content Alchemy, because you're starting in that fresh. You're excited. You're like, oh, I'm starting my business. Excited. Some of these people, if you're on burnout, like, you don't have the same type of excitement. You're more excited about the possibility of doing things better and easier. I don't want to just post more. I want it to mean more. Well, that's the whole point of this course. I'm scared of burnout. How do I know this won't add to my plate? Very good question. So I am a burnout survivor. The whole purpose of this was to save me time, make me more productive, and give me back some freedom, because I was not living life. I was starting to feel like I was going back doing things the regular way. And this is why I created Content Alchemy, to basically take out of my head what I'm normally like muscle memory doing every day, and could even do better. I'm going to show you the better way, so you don't, so you don't do what I do, because it's, for some people, they can't do what I do. And so I have a system in place, and I like some of the hard stuff. It's exciting for me. But for some people, they don't have time for that, or they don't have the same enthusiasm that I do. And I get that. And that's why I built it this way, so that it's more of like a systemized thing with flexibility, so that it's not going to be like a one size fits all. Not everybody's going to walk away with the same exact repurposing system. Some people don't have a podcast. Some people do. Some people want to start a podcast. By the time they finish the 4 weeks, they might actually have a podcast. Some people maybe want to do a YouTube. Some people don't want to do either. And wherever you are, we're going to meet you there, and we're going to help you move forward and find a system that still lets you get your magic out there. Get it out of you into the world and start actually exchanging that energy in the form of money so that you can pay your bills, take care of your family, take care of yourself, have some money to do some good in the world. Okay? How much time do I need to commit each week? So we have a 90-minute scheduled live call. The replay will be available. And the idea is to have at least another hour max for the other stuff. You're going to have lifetime access. I don't want to say lifetime because I'm not going to live forever. So indefinite for right now access. And it's going to get better with every round. The thing with AI is that it is transforming daily. And so things might get even easier as time goes on and as my expertise goes on, because I'm actively going through my own training to become an AI expert. What happens after the beta? Well, after the live is done, you'll still have access. You'll still have the private community. I'm not going to be as active as I am, obviously, when we're in the live cohort, but I will still be there to support you. I'll be checking in. I'll be giving you updates. I'll be adding to the course. And then when we get ready for another round of live, you can have access to everything. You'll have the same event schedule so that you'll have the same Zoom access in our private community, off social, so that you can focus, and you get to participate in all the live rounds. So if like, I need a refresher, or I didn't quite finish, life happened, and I need to go through it again, you get to go through it as many times as you want. Just know that once the live is over, the feedback's going to be limited, okay? And there will be opportunities if you're like, this is amazing, and you want to continue working at that level with me. At the very end, you will get an opportunity to be invited into the Heart and Hustle CEO Club, where you have that every month. And so that's it. If your body is telling you that this is probably not going to work, or you're like, your heart is like, oh my God, this is so amazing, you're getting goosebumps, or you're just excited, but then your mind's like, this is probably not going to work for you, or it's giving you some type of negative feedback, know that that is not you. That is fear talking, and I want you to let that fear take a back seat. I know that it's scary to invest in yourself. And if you don't know who I am, it's even scarier to invest in somebody that you don't know anything about. There's a money back guarantee. If after a week you're like, this really isn't for me, you can ask for a refund. If you're watching this and you've had some type of like aha moment, smiling, it's going to be the same energy. This is me. This is it. So this is why I wanted to go live, to give you that last thing. It's about 8 p.m. here. There's about 4 hours left, and doors will be closed. If for some reason you watched this and it sounded amazing and you didn't get to come into the space before the doors close, know that there will be an opportunity to get on the wait list for the next round. Sometimes things just happen. We don't know why. It feels like we missed out. But I'm a true believer that everything happens for a reason, and it just may not be the time for you right now. Financially, maybe it might not be the best time. Time-wise, it may not be the best time. There's a bunch of reasons that it might be a no right now. I'd encourage you to get on the wait list anyways. That way you can make the decision, and it might come at the right time the next time. So I'm not going anywhere. I'm here. I might be moving somewhere else, but I'll be in the space. I'll be here at Empower Her or at Heart and Hustle Academy on YouTube. You're going to see me going more live on YouTube. This launch experience that I went through with a mastermind class or like program that I had joined really took a lot of time and energy. And so now that I've gone through it, I understand what I need to like work on and implement and systemize on a bigger scale so that it's even better and smoother next time. I'm going to be able to reallocate some of that energy into some more YouTube, because there's a lot of ideas and things that I want to like put out there. But, you know, I also have to be realistic because I'm a mom of a 3-year-old. I'm still teaching service-based things to the military community out here in Okinawa, Japan. And so I'm working with the season that I'm in, and that's the whole point, is that I'm able to do all of the things while I'm still able to live life. I don't want you to be like I used to be, a workaholic, nose down, missing out on the life that you're trying to build. And you may or may not get to the final destination, and you're going to look back and think, this doesn't feel as fantastic because you're going to focus on all the stuff that you missed out on. So that's the point of the content alchemy, to give you some better systems so that you can actually feel like you have some freedom back for yourself, a good system to attract the people that you actually want to attract, that you actually want to work with, that actually want to pay you money and have an even exchange of energy. You're feeling like you're actually making a difference, and people are out there DMing you. You know, it may not be like viral, and we talk about being viral as a business owner is overrated. And you might meet some of the best people that you'll connect with forever and support you and everything. And that's the community that I want to build. That's the communities that I've been building, and I want you to be part of this one. So let me know if you have any questions. You can privately DM me if you still are on the fence or need a question answered before making the final decision. And then again, if this is coming at you after doors have closed, know that the wait list will be there for you, and you can come into the next round. As always, stay beautiful, stay you, and keep leading from the heart.